Commander Survival, right. Now this was the first ever video that I did. It's only 10 minutes, so... But for some stupid reason, it's 1080p. You know, again, my editing skills weren't the best. I was literally using Windows Movie Maker at the time, which was quite fun.
And welcome to a Minecraft Let's Play video, and the first on my channel, actually. So, right, before I tell you a bit about me, and what I do this...
Oh, hang on, I got me... The speed is still not normal. It's not back to normal. Hang on a minute.
I just want to make my world. So commanders.
Considering that I was using a inbuilt microphone in a laptop, a really old like business laptop, that audio doesn't sound too bad. I know the voice in me talking is absolutely rubbish, but the actual audio quality, it's not that bad looking back at it. I've had worse audio in my videos. That's interesting, actually. The Commander's World, again, I just named it Minecraft PC Survival, and then the actual series was called Commander Survival. Nearly 100 views in this video as well. Oh yeah, right. How's it? Where's the bit where I can see him in front? See the front view of him. That'll do. I was using the Mandalorian skin when I first started. Now, the reason why I was using the Mandalorian skin was because I always, at this time, my account was a shared account. And it's interesting because we sort of used to alternately share the skins. So mine and my brother would share this account. His skin would be the Gold Mandalorian, mine would be the Zombie Pigman. I forgot to change it back to the Zombie Pigman, which is quite. I thought it was quite funny just to have like a gold. And I think he stayed. I think the Gold Mandalorian stayed for about 3 episodes. I can't remember when. What is this one? Did we still have the Gold Mandalorian by this point? Oh yeah, we also got to it. We also went through a phase of me not knowing how to edit and cut videos up. So the start of the video would always be the menu screen of Minecraft. That was because how it worked for me was I have to start my recording software in the menus, because I didn't know about hotkeys where I could just go into the game, press like 2 buttons and it'd start recording. So for like a good 6 months, you would see the first thing of all my Minecraft videos would just be the menu would be the first thing you saw. It's quite funny. I know, right, by episode 2, Zombie Pigman was back. Alright then. Okay, that's interesting. There we go. Farming and moving the sheep part 2. Too much lag again. Computer. Time Lord. What was this? Was this the one where Kix was introduced?
Hello, this is Commander, and welcome to a Minecraft
By this point, I had my headset, as you can tell, because the audio is very much more direct than it was surrounding. Where was... I can't remember, because this one... Okay, brightness is flipping awful. Again, I always have my brightness at max.
Right.
But again...
tiresome day. It's like the last day. I'm recording this on the Sunday. You guys probably watch this on the... day.
See... For me, like if we come over to here, this bit here, it's perfectly fine, looks fine. But to me, in that video, things looked perfectly fine. But because of the mixture of editing and 480p resolution, it looked worse in the video. For me, in that instance, I could see perfectly. Because I have my gamma up full max. But in that while recording it, I would look. It was perfect. I could see everything. But looking back at it now, the editing software and the quality that I recorded it in was not good enough to suffice what was going on. Nice walls, get bored. Next room, rabbits, lots of chests. I think this was back when we made the mountain house, because because that episode, the Time Lord episode, we were making the mountain house. Or were we?
Or my bedroom and a doghouse.
Or were we? Where was this?
Helmet on my armor stand, which is nearly broken. That's why I'm doing it.
Yeah, so this was the world. I'll just mute this a minute. Yeah, so this was the world. This was the world where we had the mountain house. This was the longest actual time I had a world in. So this was me trying to build my mountain house. This is actually my most favorite world in of my series is. Now the point where we get the nether portal, so this book, getting lost in the nether, around this mark, or it was just after Piece of Other Unit 1. So nether room. So it was actually around here. This was when Charity started. Because Charity didn't start until I got my nether room, because that's how I transported to the Charity world in the first place. So that's how we got so Charity sort of started around this point. Nether room complete. Nether room complete. I think it was just around here, actually. I think it was a little bit later on. I'm not 100% sure, though. Furniture. This was around the time that I was playing around with mods, like command block mods, which I didn't know it at the time, but that made my world even more laggy. I didn't realise it at the time. But yeah, this was when I was building my mountain house. I freaking love this world. And as you can see, my Bandicam watermark. Was it Bandicam that I was using? I can't remember. That doesn't look like Bandicam. I'm not sure, because I always did use Bandicam, and I don't love Bandicam. And then we had the lights. That's just the general design of making it. Which again, it was quite interesting. It's fun to make. I enjoyed it. Because I would say I'm a very creative person. I'm a very naturally creative person, but I can't show that I'm creative unless I have an aspect to show my creativity. Traitor is this is the reason why I'm so passionate about Traitor, because it's a aspect for me to show my creativity out and how creative I can be in my content. Editing, if I did, let's say, a video on PC Building Simulator, there's only so much creativity you can put into the editing of that. But Minecraft, even back here, because of the sort of game that it was, I could create what I wanted to create and be as creative as I could in making it. So, I liked that. That's why I liked Minecraft so much. And this is why I really, really enjoyed Charity, because I could be as creative as I want while making things. And even Skyblock. This was about the time when Skyblock started. And then we gave up on Skyblock and went and did Charity. Oak and Birch. Was this when we made the bunny home? The rabbit home outside of my... Yeah, it was. Outside of my house. This is when we started making the rabbit home. Still 480p here.
Ain't getting the way. They're not having that.
See, I find it interesting, like, how much my audio... Like, I've got good audio. Again, by this point, I didn't have the Adobe stuff. I was still using... I think I was still using Source Filmmaker. No, not Source Filmmaker. That's an animation software. Well done, mate. I think I was still using... Windows Movie Maker by this point. but it's interesting because like Windows Movie Maker sort of kept me going for ages onwards. Kept me going for ages onwards, and then I picked up Adobe Audition and Premiere Pro to edit and process my audio and video properly. But what lacked here was my enthusiasm in making my videos and making it so I can actually talk properly as I do now. You know, the way I talk isn't perfect. I'm not saying it is. You know, I can talk a lot better, and but it's hard to just continuously talk. But back here, if you just listen. Whatever, if I muted myself.
A nice place, nice like space. Let's make it one more thicker, because I think they might need a bit more space. Always work out of oak. I mean, at this moment in time, I did see a birch.
You know, see, as you can see, I'm pushing on things to talk about here. I'm not, it's not like flowing, conversation like to myself, because I'm essentially when I'm recording, I'm essentially talking to myself, essentially. But looking back at these, you know, it just goes to show how I'm actually trying to talk to somebody, but because I'm trying to make that conversation flow, I run out of things to say. This is the reason why I don't live stream like multiplayer games unless it's things like Battlefront, which is very easy to stream, because I'm literally just commentating on something that I don't know a lot about. So I will eventually run out of things to say, and it is just like pure gameplay then. It is just pure gameplay then. So that's just like how it sort of went for a while. And also the fact that I was running it on literally like backside frames per second, essentially. But also, I think I also used to use Microsoft Expression Encoder. Did I have
another video inside of?
Yeah, right. I was using Microsoft Expression Encoder by this point. How I know is this is Source Filmmaker. No, not so. Why do I keep on saying Source Filmmaker? Windows Movie Maker would not work with overlays. And when I say overlays, these little pictures show up on the screen. So what I would do was I would overlay it with using Expression Encoder and then stick it in Windows Movie Maker. The only problem with that is that because it was encoding software and it made the file smaller, but the quality would literally just die. And so I wasn't so up on my technology and my software and my technical knowledge that I am now to know that that would be the case. You know, I remember doing Lego Star Wars 3 video. I'll see if I'm going to find it later. And I'm literally just talking, and the quality is so bad because I had to expression encode it twice, which made the file tiny, but the quality was awful. It was dreadful. So coming down here a bit more, Lucky Blocks. Yeah, so Lucky Blocks. This was a mod. For like command blocks. Oh no, with Battle in the Wither. This was a two-parter. This was. Or was it? No, it wasn't, I don't think.
Oh, come on. Thank you. Thank you. Come on, give me a melon. Thank you. Right, got lots of melon. Melon's gonna be first priority because the big one don't like.
Because I was lagging so much, the blocks would reappear. It's all the most irritating thing ever.
Anything else? Apart from apples. Apart from golden apples, they make them invisible. Right. Let's see how close we can get.
So I didn't even make this dramatic. You know, I was saying, like, come on, let's get these, get this food and whatnot. I didn't even try to make it dramatic by putting like music in over the top of it. You know, that's how bad I was at the time. But I think that Wither, I think it was broken because the code was broken. I think because I was lagging so much and because the world was so laggy, I think it sort of derped the code out on the wither a little bit, and it just froze, and the code crashed. I think it just started just burying itself. I think it just started burying itself into a mountain, which is easy for me to kill, but it's just annoying. More furniture, happy Halloween, a new friend. This is when Kicks came in. This is where I got introduced to Kicks.
That's them invisible because my game's glitched.
Right,
I'll be back in a second, guys. Here they are. Just had to restart my game.
Again, this point I was using Bandicam.
Looks like they were wearing.
This is when I was using Bandicam, so I could actually pause my game and restart it, which is sort of like a lazy way of like not being able to cut things apart.
Some sort of invisibility cloak. Anyway, how are we?
Some sort of invisibility cloak. No, your game was glitched, and it wouldn't show them up.
Now it's red, instead of blue. Right. So anyway, there you go, Baldwin. There you go, Molly.
It was also interesting because another little glitch. I still to this day don't know why it did it, but the hearts. Maybe it's because I have my settings so low so I can get the best frames possible. I don't know, but the hearts on the dogs never came up, and it wasn't just this world because it was the same in Skyblock as well. My Sky Island. I don't know why, but that always used to fox me. It still does now. I still don't know a definite answer as to why it does it, or as to why it did it. Sorry.
Right, let's go put some of this stuff away.
This is when we find Kix, because Kix came in the in this episode, and he was in the chest room. I still haven't really got a proper excuse of how he got there, and I didn't actually notice him. But
hello, Jeb.
Now that was the sheep. That was the rainbow sheep. That was the rainbow sheep. I got out of a lucky block that I literally dragged down here with a bit of wheat. You know, the old-fashioned way of dragging animals around and dragging your animals and villagers around without having to use a lead like you do now. Oh dear, that's cool. I remember him.
_ sheep, multicolored sheep. Excuse me.
I worked so hard on scripting this as well, because now, in my more recent ones where I talk to Kix, sorry, I don't script it, I just talk my own lines, say what I think he should say, I think about it a bit beforehand, but I make it. But I always used to. But now, if I was to do it again, I would just do it on, like, let's see what they say, a wing and a prayer. So I would make it so I know what I think I know what he's going to say. But in editing, I'll make up the lines that he's going to say and fit it in with what I reply. But this was very heavily scripted because I say it just as it is. So I say my lines and I put his lines in between, and I just leave the relevant gaps in between.
Excuse me, who are you? Yeah.
And as you can see, I left two bigger gaps. This is how scripted it was, because I didn't know how long it was going to take for him. I didn't know how long the text was going to say on the screen. I didn't know how long this noise I was going to use was going to be. I just left a big enough gap, and in certain aspects too big. But if I cut it up, the video would be so choppy around this point that it would be much better and easier to just leave it as one whole video and just leave it as just gaps. It didn't flow, but it would flow less if it was just choppy.
You came here in a TARDIS? Where is your TARDIS? It's outside.
You see what I mean by it being scripted? If I go into a video later on and I show you a video of me talking to Kix a bit later on, you can see how unscripted it was. But yeah, it's interesting because I remember recording all of these, and I remember how scripted I had to make this audio.
Whereabouts outside? Can I have a go in it?
No. I thought I forgot to put the subtitle on. I forgot to put noise on. That was the sheep.
Shushamush.
Shushamush. I think that's brilliant. But yeah, that's what are we at now?
Can I have a ride in it?
Okay, but don't break it.
Don't worry, I won't break it. Right. Right, so this is actually quite exciting. This actually gives us something to do.
Gives us something to do. What was the first?
There's something blue over there. What's this?
Well, that would be the
Do you
TARDIS.
think this is it? TARDIS prototype. Pull to open now. Wouldn't matter if we pushed it open.
I did that on purpose. Because on the Doctor's TARDIS in the TV show, it says pull to open, and he always pushes. I did that on purpose. TARDIS prototype.
Pushed open. So this must be it. It's a TARDIS.
Now, what was interesting is I had to do it in a mountain because I wanted to capture the bigger on the inside aspect. I wanted to capture that bigger on the inside aspect of it. And I just had to just do it as this. But I tell you what, the effort that I put in to transporting, as far as transport of the TARDIS is concerned, I even made it so that the floor, I edited the floor even. Because this floor, it should be all just the bricks on the floor, but it wasn't. The next episode that we used the TARDIS, it connects it all up together, and the floor is actually just bricks. But the effort that I put in, I think actually if we go, hang on a sec, where do we go on the other side? Yeah, see, back here, I didn't actually bother with changing the floor. But the effort that I put into making the TARDIS as best as I can exactly the same to make it look like I'd actually travelled a different direction, I put so much effort into that to make it that, identical. Now, the flooring was an exception, but as we go on and make more progress in it, the floor was exactly the same because it was just stone bricks.
Get a TARDIS. Anyway.
How do we spawn in the village?
What sort of TARDIS is this? Someone deletes your items and what have you. Wow. Seems a nice one. There's a village over there.
That was another thing. I didn't, I tried my best to replicate what I had in my inventory, but I often missed something out, so I just made the excuse that it would just delete your items and just, let's say, get lost in the time vortex or something like that. I just made an excuse, which is a lot of how I explain the uncommonness of a lot of my videos. And this was legitly, I just got a brand new world, found a mountain near a village, stuck the TARDIS in it, and that was just Bob's your uncle. That's just how it was. There's no effort into doing that first one at all. Kix's room. Boxing Day special. I forgot. I think it was because...
What's going on, guys? Grant here, and welcome back to Minecraft Let's Play video, and we are today in our survival world, and it is Christmas Day! Woohoo!
Right. I was wondering whether I would actually say Christmas Day or Boxing Day. What happened here was, this was back when I didn't understand how the scheduling worked on YouTube, and on Christmas Day, I always take my laptop with me. Just to use just in between. I go to my nan and granddad's for Christmas, and I always take my laptop with me. So I always had the intention of uploading it and having the time to upload it, which wasn't ever a problem because I could always just sit it, leave it there, and I go do something else, and it'd be perfectly fine just there uploading. Put all me details in for me, videos and whatever else, and it would just work just like that. But for some reason, I forgot to do it, or something happens and it didn't upload, and so I had to upload it on Boxing Day instead. So it's a Boxing Day special. I can't exactly remember how or what happened, but finishing touches. I thought I said torches then. Like here, finishing torches. I thought I'd made a spelling mistake. This is the sort of time when I know that I make stupid mistakes. Ooh, colours, TARDIS adventure. Oh, this is where I get trapped. This is where I get trapped in that jungle world. Oh, this is the animation intro. And Units 1, you're an idiot. I hate you for pointing this out to me, because at the time it looked perfectly fine. The dog's floating. The dog was floating, and looking at it now, it doesn't line up. If you look at it, but its front bit was deleted. Oh, God. Unit 1, mate, I hate you for pointing that out to me, because that was literally such a kick in the teeth.
Some adventuring and hope.
This was when I used the Wonder Share. I just started doing that for some stupid reason. This was when I started using the Soft Sonic editor or Wonder Share video editor. And that's where the different text comes. So the editing is a lot better now. We're back in HD quality because I could overlay a lot easier. I used this software for quite a long time before switching to Premiere Pro. Because this software, it did. I think what made me change it was the fact that I started doing Traitor, I think. Because I used this for a good 8 months, if not longer, because of how good a software it was for what I needed to do with it. You know, I could put text in, I could put as many overlays as I wanted in it, so long as it wasn't more than one at a time. And at the time, it wasn't a major problem. I could put more audio tracks in it, so let's see little sound effects. You know, it was brilliant. Let's see how I talk to Kix here.
Who's in here? Oh, hello, Kix. You alright? Good. So you wanted to see me? What do you want? Okay. So you got me some for my adventure. Well, I do need some more stuff.
Do you see now what I mean by I say it's so unscripted? This, I literally just completely wing this. I completely winged it. I looked at it and I thought, you know, I'll just go in, I'll say some lines and I'll put it into context as best I can with what I'm trying to do, and I'll just put the subtitles into how I think it should be. I just completely just winged a lot of this here.
Because yeah, all my basic stuff's getting like a little bit boring. Okay. What is
this? Was the tech? This is me trying another stupid mod.
Really, you really did? Yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah, you redesigned the signs. That was me. That was the 3D texture pack that I was using. It just completely just rechanged the signs, and I didn't even notice. Yeah, put on the goggles.
Fine, I've on the goggles. Oh, hello.
Oh,
hello, that's nice. So
this was one of the more cooler mods that I started using, but I never used it, if that makes sense. You know, it was one of the, this is basically like a virtual reality headset this is like early virtual reality headset as far as Minecraft was concerned. But it was one of the more cooler mods that I knew. You know, if this would be good for like adventure maps using these goggles. And this bit here is some sort of wristband or something, but I used it as a comm.
Right. Let's go.
I mean, those doors.
Hello, I need to get you a house. I also need to name you as well, but I need to find some.
I don't even know why he was there.
Name tags.
I don't even know what started it.
Kix has also been meddling around with the signs as well. I don't know what things the laugh is, but anyway.
I think he was a lucky block, that golem. I think. I'm not too sure. Also 3D texture animator switches and the buttons look so much better. But do you see what I mean now when I say that the stone bricks look so much nicer? You see what I mean? And it makes it so much easier when trying to do things as well. Is when I get stuck. Yeah, that's when I get stuck. And this is just basically I make a new house, subscriber tower, Christmas 2016 trailer. That was fun. Fighting mobs is dangerous. This one. Now, this was Christmas of 2016.
What?
In a bit, Commander.
Okay.
This is when I had Unit 1 join me. This was the most fun I've ever had in a video in ages. I've had a lot of fun doing other videos, but this is the most fun I've had in doing a video in ages. And I've not had so much fun doing a video since, I don't think. This was one of the highlight videos. If somebody wants to say, can you do a video that sums up can you show me a video on your channel that sums up your friendship with Unit 1? What would it be? I would show them this. Because I had so much fun doing
There you
this.
go, Molly. There you go, Baldwin. There you go, Molly.
For some reason, the heart's actually showing on that one. I don't know why.
Right, Kix, you're going to join Unit 1? Alright.
Hang on a
There you
minute.
go, Baldwin. There you go, Marley. Right, Kix, you're going to join Unit 1? Alright.
Oh, I thought I spelled eventually wrong.
Right, let's
Where'd
go
he
and
go?
add somebody to the subscriber tower while Unit 1 goes off and does whatever we need to do with Kix.
Okay, well, that's fine. Yeah, it's like a winter wonderland essentially.
But no one
That's how
knows
the texture
monsters
pack
in the
worked.
house.
I thought it was really nice.
Flipping egg.
Thanks for the help, Kix. Oh, this is new. So this is where that TP pad takes me. Oh, this seems very nice.
Don't go in the house.
Oh yeah, that was good. That was interesting because I had those command blocks where I would it's like easy TP to different parts of my house, my world, like my house, my old house, my new house, the farms and whatever else. It's quite fun.
Don't go in the house. There's some mob.
Now this was the dance studio. We sort of just had to complete it before the episode ended. What's
It's on it, so you only need the one.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, this was Christmas presents.
Right, Kix, do you want me to tell you what Santa's bought for you?
If
Alright
you'd
then.
be so kind. Then he said. Then later on he said, put it in my chest." And I said, "What do you want me to do with it?" And then we had me and the unit in the Santa costumes. Oh, that was fun. I had so much fun then. What's he after now?
I'm actually surprised you didn't go after. Kix, are you alright? God, are you hurt at all? Good.
No, I'm not. I think we had like
Where is it? I'll kill it.
and
Sorry.
then the unit decided to go like ham with the bow. Yeah, that was really rather fun. That was really rather fun to do because I had zombies crawling in my walls because, as you know, it's a mountain house. But I hadn't lit up the cave on the other side of the wall, so we had zombies crawling in somehow. I don't know how. I don't know why. I don't know who, where, what, or when. And then this is the bit where we go, and I have a redesigned TARDIS.
I made it 3-dimensional. Now go in it.
Oh, this is nice.
Oh, this is nice. But he spent absolutely ages on this. I didn't even know that this is what he'd done. You know, he said I was going to redesign your TARDIS for you as a Christmas present. He said I'm going to redesign your TARDIS for you as a Christmas present, and he spent ages on this. I didn't even help him because I didn't even know what he was up to. But the only dilemma that I had with it was that I couldn't take it anywhere because I didn't ever get the chance to because it was shortly after this that I got my new laptop. And the new PC, sorry. But the only problem with it was the redesign of it would have the copying of it would have taken so blimmin' long. I'm not even kidding. But that was that, and then we got to this. We actually had the music in it.
Actually no,
Yeah.
I need that. Playing sweet music. Right.
Yeah, that was really fun. I really enjoyed that. I've never had, and I never will do again. I don't think have so much fun whilst recording a video. I really enjoyed this video. And then we had the bloopers.
I'll see you all in the morning. Right, go into bed in 3, 2, 1. Oh, I only sleep at night. Right, that's useful, isn't it? Nice time, set, night. There we go.
Oh,
Right.
God. Because this was scripted to hell. This was one of the only videos that was scripted to the word even.
Going to bed in 3, 2, 1.
Hold on, can you pause a minute? I've got power issues.
Alright. Right, you may
Literally,
notice
we
now
have a
there's
world of
monsters
problems
nearby.
right
That's
here.
because there are zombies crawling at my walls.
Crawling at me walls.
I was materialising.
Father,
Yeah! What do you want?
And then Molly fell down to one of the holes. Wasn't very helpful.
What do you want?
He was shouting at me for something. I can't remember what it was.
Colin,
What?
Colin,
What do you want?
Colin.
My idiot dog.
I think his audio. I think his headphones were muted. What are you doing down here? Then she was up to something.
2, 1.
I didn't even get the timing on that right.
Oh,
Collect your suit and go to bed.
alright.
This way, went to bed before Christmas morning.
Wait a minute, cut him in creative.
That was quite funny. Like, take 2.
No, not
Oh,
the first
God.
bit. I had to go and create.
This is the reason why I don't script, because I hate it. I hate being fine-tuned to doing things because it goes so wrong.
Creative to rescue my dogs. Jesus.
I hate it.
Yeah. Night Unit 1.
This is
Only I would do that. Oh dear me.
Hang on a minute. Oh, this is it.
No, I'm not going in that nether.
Yeah, no, that was quite funny. The laughs and the jokes we had. I tell you what, if we could, the Colonel and Retro weren't available to do this with me. If we had all 3 of us here, oh my god, it would have been ace. Would have been so much more fun. And I think it was just black after this because I sort of mucked at me editing. Yeah, I had a lot of fun doing that. That was probably one of my most favourite episodes to do because it was that fun. Where are we at now? PC Building Simulation just as it is. You know, I want to just go on a nostalgia trip all across my old videos, not so much now my new ones, because I know how it works. Let's go on Avengers with the team. Let's have a scroll through this.
Hello, this is Commander, and welcome to a Adventures with Unit 1 Let's Play.
Now, actually interesting. I don't think this was the first one we did. I think, was this the first one we did? I uploaded it wrongly. Yeah, this was the first one we did.
Hello!
I put it in the playlist wrong. Technical difficulties was the first one. Total shambles was the second one.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to
This is back when Unit 1 didn't actually have a
Dial.
skin
I
either.
am here with... Don't interrupt me while I'm doing a video, Unit 1. Anyway, I'm joined by Unit 1, and we are hopefully going to be playing a few
As you can see, my
games
aspect
on the
ratio was
Emerald Isle.
pants.
Right.
Yes, I'm here to help. My dear friend, the Commander, with his videos, and my YouTube channel will be starting in this summer, which is going to be awesome, and I'm going to be doing videos with Commander and the good car. It's going to be awesome.
Indeed.
Indeed.
What are we starting with, my dear fellow?
What are we starting with, my dear fellow? Interestingly enough, actually, this is where, this actually, me and Unit 1, if you're watching this, tell me if you remember this. When we started doing videos together, this was before we discovered Skype. You know, this is before Discord was even a thing, I think. Before we even discovered Skype, we used to call using our phones. Now, we take it in turns because, of course, the cost the cost on excess minutes on our contracts on our phones was astronomical. It's horrendous. So we take it in turns, but what we'd do is I would be calling him. I would call him, let's say, and I would turn my volume up to max and let the audio play through my loud enough so it can play through my microphone and pick his audio up. That's how we used to do it back then before we learned about Skype. We learned about Skype pretty quickly. We only did this for about 3 episodes.
Well, you want to do some Skywars,
Which is interesting. But actually thinking about
I believe.
I do that. I am an Xbox person generally, and I do not play PC much.
I'm an Xbox person, don't play PC much. But looking back on it, like the audio quality, it's not astronomically bad. I know it's like god awful by now standards and what I do on my audio now, but it's not awful for somebody who'd only be on YouTube for what, a month. That's not bad. The aspect ratio was completely just pants. It's just gonna go bugger off. But yeah, that was interesting. It's quite funny. This is when we started the Skyblock. Skyblock, positive start in dance classes, pilfering dirt. That was funny. That was armor stands. I don't want to just go past any that are not fully like I don't have anything to talk about because I noticed that I've been doing this for about an hour now. We need armor. His name's Unit 1. This was interesting. I'm not going to play it, but this was when it was me, Unit, the Colonel, and who I'm going to refer to as Sergeant Strange. And the Sergeant would used Unit's brother's name, like user accounts, and they'd all just talk through Skype, which is quite fun. It was a good episode, but it's a pain in the bum having everybody all on the Skyblock at once. Adventures of Unit 1, funny moments, that's best bits. What was this? This is when I was on my Skyblock on my own, because we have tried to do a video on the Skyblock where Unit didn't turn up. Team Skywars, I love Team Skywars. More Team Skywars. Then we tried a summary, adventure map that didn't work. Draw my thing, that was hilarious. Then before video chat, Speedy Walls. I always love the before video chats because it just shows what we get up to in between takes. And then this was just more recent stuff with the Cortex. And then we got Unit 1 karaoke. That was like instant hit. That was hilarious. Let's have a look at this one. Back on intro.
Oh wow. So I just blown up the map.
This is a nightmare.
Oh, this. This Minecraft.chiliserver.com. I don't even know if it's still active, but we used to play Race for Wall on this server, and it was fun as hell. This game in particular, it was a 4v2, and on Unit 1 being one of them. It was hilarious. He didn't like it. I found it blooming hilarious. Maybe if I was on the other side, I knew I would find it hilarious, but I found it quite funny, actually. Where else do we get to? Yeah, played quite a few games of this. And then he joined my team.
How many of them is there?
I died.
I died. He literally just crouching down there. Come up, bing. Just catch him in a pinging fall. It's quite fun. Yeah. Let's go on to charity, actually. Charity gaming series. PC maps are small. We have the Colonel. This is the first episode we have the Colonel. It was the second one because we finished the Skyblock and then the Colonel decided to join us on charity. That was it.
Shush. Shush-a-mush.
Shush mush. That's where I got it from. Thank you, Colonel.
Hanson, just 2 seconds. You just need to go home and just nab something quickly. I've got something.
I
Look,
think
there is a lot.
this is when we started. If I'm right in saying, was this when we started building the house?
Series episode. So we shall see you all later.
Yeah, it was. If you look where my mouse is. He set fire to it. You can literally only see it for about like 4 or 5 seconds. But I was doing my outro. And I didn't see it until the video had finished. Looking back on it now, I can see it. He actually posted a comment, I think. Yeah. You can see at the end shot of the new house burning down. Yeah, the little git set fire to it. And I didn't notice. I didn't even notice. I stopped my editing software to just shut it all down and whatnot. I literally heard the unit shout Colonel KFC or something like that. And I turned around and the entire building, the entire house was just burned. And just burning down. And I just thought, you little bugger. I invite you onto the server. We build a house, you bloody burn it down. Oh, God. That was the one of many houses, including the units that was destroyed. Like, units was destroyed multiple times. Desperate Lag, Water Fountain, Colonel's New Skin, number 5. Annoying Unit 1, that was quite fun. Because beforehand, in the prep defences, in between that episode and this episode, the Colonel had said something to the unit and had really, really grinded his gears. I can't remember for the life of me what it was. It might have been in the video, actually. Singing for Survival. That's what started off the Unit 1 karaoke. Goodbye Unit 1's house. This was the underground one. Which one was it? Actually, I think this was the one where his house burned down.
Let's see if we actually get something done this episode. It's very hard for us to get things done there.
Yeah.
Stream.
Oh, I'm getting messages through Skype and it's annoying.
I get messages through Skype and it's annoying.
If we're around like halfway through the episode, we haven't got like a single piece of progress done.
I know.
Yeah, it was.
I think next week I'm like scheduled.
This was when his first house burned down. Because the Colonel set fire to it.
I just see two.
He was just he was defending his house from the Colonel from all
on, get out of
sides.
it.
Just
Wait, I've got one of your stone
Just chasing
bricks.
him off.
Not done yet.
I'll give you it back. There you go. Now leave me alone. It's there. It's there.
dead. He died in a minute. Literally just chased him.
Now don't come back and
Yeah, there
break
you go.
things again.
Well, I want my house there.
Oh,
Your
miss.
brother's never going to use this server, so who even cares?
I might use his house then, so you're not having it.
And then by this point, I just hit an awful shot with the bow. Plus, the lag didn't really help. And then we got to this
Chop
point.
down some
Ow!
Literally, as soon as Unit 1 shouted Colonel, we all knew something was going on. And something was wrong, even with Retro. You know, in this episode, Goodbye Unit 1's house, he shouted at the top of his voice, Colonel KFC. Me and Retro instantly knew that something was wrong.
Shadow! I hate you! I really do!
I know.
Oh wow!
My house is not...
Yeah, I thought it was quite funny.
What have I done?
existed!
What have I done? Existed. Oh dear. It was quite amusing. No, that's what started this off. That's what started this off, because I kept recording a little bit afterwards. Singing for Survival Explosions, because the Colonel was playing around with TNT. Goodbye Unit 1's house.
I need to get my stuff! All my stuff was in my chest!
Guys!
Wow.
I learned up half of...
No, Hanzo, wait, where was it?
Back here.
Huh?
Come here.
Alright,
You will understand this reference.
alright.
Guys, be quiet a minute!
Stand there. Right, watch me.
Colonel KFC!
We instantly knew that someone was up. we instantly knew something was wrong. And literally, it was the most fun we've ever had. Well, actually, no, I say that as a team we have, but that was hilarious.
Come on.
You are blinking lit.
That means TNT won't work.
That shouldn't happen.
And then his house was just absolutely desecrated. It was funny. It was the funniest thing. It was the most funniest thing in the world. Oh god, that was fun. And then we abandoned this. After this episode, Gliders. This is when 1.9 came out, but we abandoned it afterwards. Because the Colonel and Retro abandoned us, and me and Unit just couldn't be bothered. We literally had no effort to carry on with it, so we had no effort to carry on with it, so we just did Hunger Games because it was the easiest thing we could do. You know, the servers were already up, we just hop on, record. If something went wrong and no progress was just really being made, major progress, just a couple games, so we just abandoned it. And then we came back with the troll command block because I've been working on it off camera before we started recording it again.
CommanderPrime, you have a task. Destroy Unit _111. Reasonings for the constant trolling of Colonel KFC.
Alright, so that's what we've got to do. We've got to destroy Unit
But I tried, this is my first attempt at ultra, night vision. But if you look...
_1, more like a weather skeleton skull.
I even put the
New
music
updates, but anyway, right.
But it was so laggy. It ruined it, I think. It was still pretty fun to do, but it ruined it. I love this music as well. If I can find this music again, I'll play using it in most of my videos. So I need it
Where is it? Scale the house. Ah!
Ah, no! They found me! Open fire! No!
Hey! Unit 1 is dead, and guess what, everybody?
I like how I turned my blue t-shirt into purple. That's quite funny.
I've got an arrow through my head, and we are back.
And that was the back.
We're back with Sharon.
And somehow my night vision just completely went off just like that. And then he just decided to come back and shoot me. Yeah, that was quite fun.
Kill somebody randomly. It's
Oh no, I'm not wearing my Electra. Yeah. Oh well. Carry on.
Yeah, this sort of is better with like with more people in, but I think it works.
Wonder what this
generally.
does. Ah.
Yeah, so how that command block worked is it would kill a random person on the server. So if you stepped on it, it might kill if let's say it's me, Colonel, and Retro and Unit, I could step on it and kill Unit. I could step on it again, it could kill me. Colonel could step on it and it would kill Retro. It was just completely random. Retro could step on it and kill himself. It's just that was completely random, but I thought that was quite funny. Is why that's just me just playing around off camera. Right, so where else have we got? That was the main crux of a lot of the stuff that I wanted to talk about. It's just like a little nostalgia trip. Because I like doing these myself. Because it's quite fun.
Sir, do you remember the Battle of Kashyyyk?
And then you've got
Only lieutenant back then.
this that starts just playing on its own. The traitor stuff as well. I need to do the behind the scenes on Traitor 2 as well. Which would be fun. That takes flipping ages. Yeah, so I think that's about it. That's all the things that I can think. I'm gonna have a whatever time editing this. It's gonna be so fun. But yeah, so that is mainly it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. I've enjoyed going back and just explaining. Oh, Skyden.
Hello, everybody.
This was the second series I did, because this was uploaded literally a day or two after the first episode of my Survival World came out. Is there anything here worth? This was when Bold was introduced, actually. This was when and Molly as well. But I actually thought remember Baldwin and Molly being introduced in my Survival World. They weren't. It was Skyden. it was Skyden. That's when it was fully introduced. Lockhouse finished, no more redstone, noisy animals, moving the generator, mob head trap, trolled by Minecraft. That's when I got Twitter, empty chests, rest room, carpet, watch the TV. That was when that's me playing around with expression encoder. Skelly horse, enchantment room, cow pen, nether villager with 2 names. I don't know what happened. What's this?
What we going? And hopefully we can sort something out. So I'll see you in a minute. If not,
What was this that he's
up
got?
there. There we go. Right. Well, this is quite nice. Look at this. We've got lots of blaze rods. If not the end of this episode, and hopefully we can sort something. There we go. Boing, boing. There we go. And I'll give him the crafting table, seeing as though I don't necessarily need it, and then I can use it for any future crafting that I may find myself doing. So if I put that up there, there we go. Right. Well, this is quite nice. Wait a minute. Hello. Hello. Well, what's it say? Hello, I'm Bob. I used to work in the Nether, but now I just sell. Shut up. I just sell my findings to travellers like you. See other signs for prices. Blaze rod, 3 gold bars. Quartz block, 2 gold bars.
Not
and nether
gigabyte.
brick, 1 gold bar. Ooh, lovely. Lovely. Right, Bob. You don't have any.
Right. This is when we started trading with them, and the name in the trading block was different to the name on the sign. That's what it was. I thought I'd put a name tag on him. Yeah. I remember now. Making a fountain. I was obsessed with fountains by this point. I put it right in there. And I just gave up on it because I changed my laptop. So, yeah, it's interesting. How I go. Oh, excuse me, I'm getting tired now. Yeah, it's interesting how I went from how I used to be to how I am now. But I hope you guys have enjoyed. Again, thank you very much for 200 subscribers. Again, this maybe isn't the video to do for 200 subscribers. Maybe when we get to say 1,000 or 2, hopefully 1,000 or 2,000 subscribers, maybe even 7, maybe even a further milestone. We'll do it again in the next couple of years, just to see how much I've advanced even more to how I am now. Maybe even go back and watch even older videos, like what is now considered recent videos, and see how I've changed. I think that would be interesting, and go even further back, along more videos. But yeah, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did enjoy, don't forget to smash that like button and hit that subscribe button for more awesome gaming content and any other videos that may come into that. And I shall see you all later. Also, quickly, as this is being uploaded, I've got a Discord server, right? Just to celebrate 200 subscribers, I've made a Discord server for everybody. Now, the link will be in the description down below. At this moment in time of recording this, I haven't finished it. I'm trying to get it as perfect as possible and get all the little intros done and whatnot. It's called the 450th Legion server, off the back of Sierra 450 and the 450th Legion Traitor series. So that's coming. That'll be up before I won't upload this video until that is at a point, the server's at a point where I can fully release it. So that is another thing. That'll be in the description down below. So go and join that if you want to go and join it. Me as admin and Unit 1 as my second in command, as it says. So I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I shall see you all later. Bye!